Hey everyone! So a lot of people have been asking me to share my birth story, and so here I am 3 months later, almost 4.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 months later. Okay, so I woke up around 5 a.m. and I had a bit of back pain and some cramps that were like not bad at all. But Kevin and Jasmine woke up at the same time and I said, I'm having some cramps, and Kevin kept saying, this is the day, today is the day, and I was like, I wasn't feeling hopeful because I've had cramps regularly, like leading up to that day. So Jasmine snuggled into Daddy-O, and I had the urge to poo, so I kept going back and forth to the bathroom, to the bed, with contractions, and they were fairly close together, and they were getting more and more intense. And then I just remember I was just breathing through the contractions on the bed, and Kevin tried to help me. He would put his hands on my back, and I'd be like, no, like, don't touch me. What did I say?
She was just very mean to me.
I
like
guess,
the first one. But I understand. When you're in pain, when I get tattoos, I used to curse at my tattoo artist a lot too. I still love them. I just hate them at the moment of pain.
yeah, I mean, nothing anybody could do in that moment I felt like could help me, and I would rather just be alone in a like dark room, just alone, and just not bothered. So Kevin kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna go cook breakfast, and so him and Jasmine left the room, and I was like, okay, I should probably start timing my contractions now. So I got my phone and I started timing them at 5:28, and then I went back to the bathroom. And then I had a contraction and my water broke, and I was like, oh! And then I felt her head just like completely drop, and I was like, uh-oh, baby's coming. But in the moment, I was just like, I wasn't really thinking. I was just like, this is really happening. And I just started making a lot of like low tones, and then you can take over from here.
Yeah, I was cooking bacon and eggs, and well, she had the contractions. I knew the baby was coming, so I went out to cook breakfast because everyone was going to come over and help, and we were going to do the pool, the water birth, and all this stuff. And yeah, so she was in having contractions, and me and Jazz went out to cook bacon and eggs, and we were about halfway done, and then I heard this howl, like this howl out of this womanly, purest part Indian, so it was almost like an Indian howl of birthing or something. But when I heard this howl, it was like I knew it was serious. And so me and Jasmine just looked at each other like, so we ran in and checked Mom. She was on the toilet, and I was like, are you okay? What's on the go? And she was just couldn't speak, and I looked down above her crotch, and there was a lump. I was like, that's a head. I was like, is the baby coming right now? And she's like, yes. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, Jasmine was scared, and
Jasmine was crying, actually,
yeah,
because there was blood. When my water broke, blood and everything was all over the floor.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, let's do it. I got down on my knees, and well, at first I said, can you get off the toilet? Like, can you come into bed? She's like, no.
No
I was like,
way.
okay, so I just manned up and got ready, and I just got down on my knees and put my hands into the toilet and felt where her butthole was, and I said, okay, that's fair enough. And then I waited for the baby, and I just didn't want the baby to fall into the toilet mostly. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I was getting ready. It was a lump above the crotch, and then there was one more push, and then I could see the head itself coming out of the vagina.
Now, it wasn't even an intentional push. My body was just ejecting the baby. Like that's how it's supposed to be. Your body can just naturally push out the baby with your contractions.
Yeah. So it was the head above the crotch. Then it was the head coming out of the crotch, and then it was
the full baby.
The full baby into my arms, and I held the baby, and there was blood and everything all over me and all over her, and the umbilical cord, and I was just holding the baby upside down, and Jasmine was screaming and crying, and Kira was like crying, and I'm just holding this baby, and the baby's like lifeless, no breathing,
like
nothing.
And...
It was like blue. I didn't know till after it could take up to a minute for the baby to breathe. So I just held the baby upside down and
Can
patted
you
it on the
unwrap
back.
the umbilical cord?
Oh yeah, the umbilical cord was wrapped around the neck, and that's normal. A lot of times the doctors and the hospitals will say you gotta have a
It's dangerous.
C-section, which is not true because you breathe through the tube, not through the neck. So anyways, I just unwrapped the umbilical cord from the neck and then just started tapping on the back and
At this moment, sorry, I pick up my phone and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta call my midwife. Like, my baby's dead and I'm alone. Like, what do I do? Like, well, I had Dr. Kevin, but so I call her and I'm on the phone and then baby takes a breath and I was like, ah. And
yeah, I just kept patting on the back, saying, "Oh, everything's okay," and I didn't really know. But yeah, about 30 seconds was felt about 10
it
minutes.
felt a long time.
The baby cried. I was like, yes. So then we walked. I walked Kara to the bed because the cord was still up inside her with the placenta, and I walked her into bed. Later on the breast, got him in bed so the cord didn't hurt or get pulled. And then I ran out and finished the bacon and eggs, and then we had breakfast in bed.
And when he handed her to me, he was just like, it's a girl.
Yeah,
Very
I thought it was a
monotone.
boy for sure. And as soon as it came out, I think I said as soon as it came out.
No, when you first handed it to me.
Yeah,
Handing her to me.
yeah, it was, because I didn't check it at first because I was in such shock.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very fast baby.
Oh
Good.
yeah, by the way, when I checked my
And
phone...
I didn't even burn the bacon.
No, it was good. And then when I checked my phone, I called my midwife at 5:45, so she was out in 45 minutes. Yeah, and then my midwife came and she helped me with the placenta. And then I kept the placenta attached to her for 12 hours.
Yeah, we did about a 12-hour lotus birth, and then we did a burning ceremony because when you burn the cord, it naturally falls off in about a day or two. But if you cut it, it turns into a wound, and it takes 4, 5, 6 days to fall off. So, yeah, it worked really well.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, so no medication, no doctors, no hospital, no nothing, and here she is.
And she's perfect.
She's very happy. Yeah, she's never been sick, no infections, no nothing.
Yep, it's been great.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
She's good.
Yeah. So yeah, the next one will be easier because we know exactly what to do. That was our first trial of just birthing at home by ourselves, and it was beautiful.
It was a beautiful experience and very empowering. Yep, that's our story.
Yeah, that's it. That's our birthing story.
Hope you enjoy.
Hope you enjoy.
Say
Okay,
bye.
she's getting a bit crazy now.
Okay, bye guys.
Adios.